Welcome back to Vampire with the Rude Man. In the last episode, we were able to interview quite a few of the patients in the hospital, but we're not quite done yet, so let's continue our rounds before we go outside the hospital. We ended up with the person the preacher guy that we saved from the vampire, and we're going to keep moving this way. Let's see. Is that Nurse Crane? All right. Is that Pippa? I think that's Pippa, whom we've talked to. And, oh, we have been in here. Okay. So have I been everywhere? Well, we're missing a patient, though.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
All right.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
We've already talked to her. I'm missing that Harriet Jones. They were talking about a patient named Harriet Jones. I thought I went in every room. Oh, you know what? If this place is really overrun, maybe there are places outside where they've got patients. Oh, who's this guy? Looks like a mailman.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh, he's a scavenger. All right. Personal question. Nurse Hawkins is thinking about quitting, and you know about it.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can.
What?
Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Oh, they have a thing going. We didn't know about that. Or did we? Your mediocre reputation. Everybody says you're grumpy, so I'll get out.
Why do you have such a mediocre reputation among your colleagues, Milton?
Fuck them. Nobody knows the horrors I've seen since working here. This city was sick long before the epidemic, Dr. Reed.
I know it's a difficult task, but correct me if I'm wrong. Is this not the job you are paid to do?
I've seen babies left to die while their brothers were properly fed. Underage girls and boys sold to all manner of perverts.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, exactly. We lack words. So excuse me if I don't look on the bright side of life.
Well, how do you answer that, I guess? I don't know. So you're, what's your occupation?
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Most of the time? What's that supposed to mean? How about sanitation?
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
All right. Well, you sound like you've had it pretty damn rough.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing here. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
Oh, so now we have to go look for his wallet? Is that what this is all about?
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
Okay. Whatever makes money, I guess. Did we already go through this? We did, didn't we?
I'd like to see your goods.
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
No, I don't need anything right now. I don't have any money, for one thing.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
Yeah, but I was just trying to make sure I got... Okay, I did. All right. Looks like I got everything I can get out of him. Okay, so let's see. We came out of that door. Looks like there's something... They may be running low on supplies, but I can steal all kinds of stuff, looks like. That's... Got a fire going over there. Huh. Guess we can't get back to the fire.
And I thought last summer's epidemic was difficult.
It's am I crazy, or are some of the places that I've been restocking? Because it seems like I've looted more than once. Well, I didn't seem to find anything new. Oh, is there more? There is more.
This is no time to celebrate. It is the last thing our patients need.
What?
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced it is the future.
Wow, she's got nothing to say. Tell me about your. Tell me about the staff.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Well, you brought it up.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
Well, fine. Anybody in particular that you don't want to talk about?
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
She sounds like she might be infatuated with him.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the least. We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
It would be, too, I'm telling you. Invisible enemy. Yeah, we know what it is. It's the flu.
An invisible enemy? Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're trying to hold fast, but how do we beat an invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
Yeah, we heard about that on the dock, if you remember. All right, that's all we're going to get out of her, I guess.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you
Unless
need
we find out more information. Let's see now. I don't think there's anything this way. Let's check these tents out. Oh, more stuff to steal. Oh no, maybe not. I was sure that thing lit. Oh, maybe that's what I saw.
Is this supposed to be an hospital? The pig's starting to smell bad.
Pembroke is still standing after this epidemic. There's good reason to be proud.
Well, who's this guy? Is that the guy that we didn't
Good
eat?
evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed. Still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
That's kind of odd. How's your hospitalization going?
How is your hospitalization going, Mr. Cox?
This is a shitty place with shitty staff. But as long as I'm treated all right, I'll be fine.
Okay. What's wrong with the staff?
What's wrong with the Pembroke staff?
That bastard you sent to bring me here, Milton. I thought he was going to break all my bones before I reached my bed.
I see. Any other smart comments?
The nurses aren't too ugly. Especially that foxy one, Nurse Crane. Pretty brunette, tough attitude, oh, I like
I
that.
thought you were married.
What's wrong with the hospital?
Come on, Dr. Reed. The place is a dump. Smelly, sad, and dirty.
But you're alive thanks to the efforts and dedication of the staff here, aren't you?
What are you expecting, a medal? I thought that saving lives was just part of the job. Must be an unsatisfactory profession at this time, I'm sure.
This guy's an asshole. I should have eaten him. What about that guy you pushed in the water after you killed him?
Do you ever think about that poor fellow I saw you push in the water?
The wound he gave me will make sure I don't forget him. Still fucking hurts. Boss should cut me good.
Yeah, but you killed him. What, do you want revenge or something? Why were you fighting?
What did he want? Revenge?
I recently had to kill his brother. Poor arsehole thought it would be easy to return the favour.
Oh, I see. Survival at all costs then, eh?
Only the strongest survive, then? Survival at all costs. Is that all you think about?
I'm the toughest bastard you'll ever meet, Dr. Reed. And I don't give a fuck what you think of me.
Yeah, but you almost died over it.
That man was determined to murder you. You almost died.
What a surprise. The first time I met him, he nearly shit himself. Fucking coward. I guess revenge gives you balls.
I wanted to ask him about his wife, because we were told that his wife is running his gang now. How long can you avoid the law?
How long do you think you can escape the law, Clay?
I know this city like the back of my hand, Doc. I know its streets, who to pay, who to avoid, and who to bully. I won't get caught.
We must all pay the price at some time.
We can't escape the consequences of our actions. The past catches up with us in the end.
I ain't afraid of death. I don't hide who I am. I live my life honestly, which is more than I can say for most folks.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the Wet Boot Boys. One day, I'll leave this shitty place and punch in the face all who thought I would not come back.
And how are you going to do that? Alright, guess that's all I'm going to get out of him.
I'll leave you for now, Mr.
Now,
Cox.
I really wanted to talk to him about his wife running the place. Crumpled letter. Okay, I'm tired of your craps, Clay. What the F did you do? All the bloody docs are gossiping about how my husband has just gut that stupid kid. How many times did I tell you to count the 20 before drawing your blade? How can we expect to do proper business and have people obey if you keep killing everyone who dares cross you? Now, rumor says some blokes from the dead's family are looking for you, and one of them even swore to kill you. Don't come home tonight. I've some strange men patrolling the streets. They may be some commie militia or something like that sent to arrest you. Go to a safe place for a few days. Maybe go to the hospital or Whitechapel. Make yourself useful for once by checking if any business could be settled over there. When the situation is calm, I'll send a boot boy so you know to come back. Edwina. Okay, so evidently it's his wife that runs the wet boot boys, not him. He's just a blowhard. Let's see if he's got anything else to say now that I've got that letter.
Hey, Doc.
Your wife's letters pissed you off, didn't it? About your wife.
What can you tell me about your marriage, Clay?
Marriage is the sweetest cage, they say. Well, I found myself locked in one with a wild animal.
You mean your wife keeps you on your toes?
No, I mean, we both have claws and we both love to bite.
Oh, is that right? She seemed pretty pissed off.
Am I right to assume your wife's letter pissed you off, Clay?
I was so mad, I threw away the knife she got me when we got married.
Your wife gave you a knife as a wedding present.
That knife has always been my lucky charm. If I'd had it in my hand when I got stabbed on that pier, I'd not have been wounded.
Don't you want it back then?
Do you want it back?
I don't need it here, but if you'd be kind enough to bring it to me, I'd be really grateful.
A grateful Clay Cox? I might just find your knife and bring it back to you to see that happen.
I can give you directions, but I'll be surprised if you manage to find it. My hideout isn't meant to be found easily.
A lucky charm? I never would have taken you as the superstitious type.
We all have our flaws, Doc. Mine's to have my weapon of choice for when the really dirty business comes around.
Or your wife at your back since she does everything.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Miss, please, I feel sick. Get over here now.
What's I do?
At least that
Must I do? This isn't even
Please,
my
sir.
neighborhood.
I need help
Yeah.
bad.
What's going on?
I'm Blight, sir. Newton Blight. I've lost my mate. Can't find him anywhere.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed from the Pembroke Hospital. Please, calm down and give me more details.
Oswald and myself were both infantry, sir. We were en route for the hospital, but... well, we had a disagreement. And Oswald ran off towards the canal.
How long have you been searching for him?
I can't go there. Too many rats by the water. Fucking rats. Can't stand them since the war, sir. Can't stand them at all.
Don't be ashamed, Mr. Blight. Many soldiers who survived the trenches suffer from musophobia. I'll see what I can do for your friend.
I can't blame him. I'm scared to death of rats, too.
What can you tell me about yourself?
I'm Oswald's best friend. We served in the same regiment, sir. Taken care of each other since we came back from the front.
All right, well, that's nice for you, I guess. What about your friend?
What can you tell me about your friend?
His name is Oswald Thatcher. We survived the war together. Oswald is nervous and quite fragile since we came back from the war.
Shell-shocked, huh? What are you doing here?
This is a dangerous part of town. What are you doing here?
We were looking for the Pembroke Hospital. We both need help. Treatment, I mean. To get some sleep. Just need to feel better, sir.
You're looking for drugs then, eh? Where's your friend at? Where'd you see him last?
Where was your friend the last time you saw him?
He went down by the canal. He didn't want to go to the hospital. I think he went to the sewers on purpose. So I couldn't go after him.
Great, he went in the sewers?
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Well, we're stacking up stuff to do, aren't we? Let's just go down here and take a quick peek. Yeah, I don't see anybody. I think this is where I was when that voice wanted me to bite that guy. We still didn't find that woman that they were talking about. That Harriet Jones? Alright, we're back where we started. Now, was there another way out? Maybe there's more the other way. See, not that way.
The pain. It's here again.
Let's see. Nothing here. Nothing there.
So many deaths.
When we were upstairs, I don't believe that I saw any rooms up there.
My sweet girl.
It's locked, all right.
Like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Huh. Alright. What's out here?
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding?
Good.
I should investigate.
Oh, who's this guy?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague. Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor? Was your license revoked?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
Are you stealing from the dead?
A pawnbroker? I expect you get all types of people here.
Yes, sir. All kind of people. For I sell all kind of goods.
Okay. What type of people come here?
Who comes here to trade with you? It's very unhygienic, even unsafe. Diseases can spread. For the customers, for the hospital.
I'm very cautious, sir. I've been a doctor, remember? And all my clients are good people. In fact, I think I only know good people.
What kind of goods do you sell?
What kind of goods?
With the quarantine, it's not always easy to buy things. So I trade, I exchange. Some people sell, some others buy. I like to help.
Mm. Have we met before?
Have we met before?
I don't think so, sir. Why?
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported dead.
Funny story.
Really? I didn't hear that.
Your sister came here a few nights ago. You were missing, and she was looking for your body. She must be very relieved.
Oh, God, now you'd be reminded that I killed my sister. You're not afraid of the dead?
Are you afraid or uneasy being surrounded by so many corpses?
Why should I? These bodies are empty vessels. Flesh left to decay. Poof. No soul anymore. All gone.
Well, I guess that's a healthy way to look at it, isn't it? Most people fear dead flesh.
An interesting point of view. And quite an exotic one, too. Most people fear, or at least have a respect, for dead flesh.
Sir, as a medic during the war, I learned to face my death and the death of others. It's the pain we have to tame, not death itself.
I suppose. How'd you get this job, anyway?
How did you get this job?
After I left the army, I worked as an undertaker down by the docks. A dangerous place with many an unpleasant business there. Milton Hooks helped me get a job here.
Do you work here alone?
Yes, very easy work, sir. All I have to do is watch a few bodies. The situation was very different when the main morgue was still open.
Why do you have to watch bodies? Somebody stealing them?
Why do you have to watch these bodies?
Because these poor fellows have no names. We keep them in case someone comes looking for them.
That makes sense,
missing.
I guess.
Sadly, very rarely happens.
All right. Why did morgue close?
Why close the hospital's main morgue?
It was for sanitary reasons after the beginning of the epidemic. Cadavers had to be moved to the nearest mass grave.
Huh. Well, I guess that'd work. All right, did we get everything? Ah, here, we got a new clue. Do you believe in life after death?
Since you're not afraid of dying, do you believe in life after death, Rakesh?
No. I believe we must do all the good we can while alive. For our time is short, and the obstacles are endless.
Do you think you would enjoy immortality as a concept?
I don't think so. Don't mistake me. I love life, and I'd like to live a long life. But everything has to decay, sir. Even goodwill.
Wow. Yep, he's right about that.
Do you really believe goodwill cannot last?
As I said, sir, everything decays. If I was to never die, goodness, I would be bored or worse. And I like to be helpful, sir.
Quite depressing, wouldn't you say?
Yes, but the good news is we'll all die before losing our humanity, sir.
You're really not afraid.
So you're ready to die?
No, I am not. I don't fear death, for I won't see it. What troubles me is the pain my death will inflict to those I know.
You're a wise man, Mr. Chidana.
No, Dr. Reed. I am a foolish man. But I like to think otherwise.
What a guy. What a guy. I kind of like him.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
All right. So these are where the dead people go, eh? Okay, and it doesn't look... Oh. Oh, there's the dead people.
It's locked.
I'm sorry you ended up on my plain and cold medical bench.
He's talking to the
I
corpses.
understand you must be very angry about this.
What a guy.
Situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
All right, I just... I don't know if I've been everywhere and seen everything or not. There's still a doctor I haven't met. Is this him?
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined us. I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippets, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
Tell me about the situation here.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best of London. I'm sure you are used to working in a better environment.
All right, this is one of those things where I'm only going to get one answer, so I don't have much of a choice. Didn't have much of a choice. It's the same everywhere. People are more important. Yeah, let's go with that.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
Okay. Well, before we get into his exhaustion, because that other nurse said he's working himself too much.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Okay. Positive?
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Okay, we got a little bit going with the nurse, do we? Because she likes you as well.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office now and again.
I think he's into his own thing. You seem exhausted.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Yeah, until somebody suffers for it because you're tired. The nurse is really worried about you. Maybe that'll make a difference. If I do, your attitude is irresponsible. That's just going to piss him off. And you have nothing to prove. He doesn't care about that either. Or he wouldn't be doing it. But he seems to think a lot of the nurse and what she has to say.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
And that's why I said that. All right, that's all we're going to get.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippets.
Okay, so anything else in here? No. All right, we've made a big circle. We still haven't found Harriet Jones. It's not in here. I'll have to remember there are rooms back here. What was that? Nothing. Okay. Okay, so wandering around this hospital is quite exhausting, but if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have half the information I've got.
We are overwhelmed by this horrifying epidemic.
Well. me just go through one more time, and then we have to go down to the morgue, I guess.
It's locked.
Why would she
all right.
lock the door?
I will not let you down, my boy.
Okay, nothing that way. I just can't imagine I've missed anything.
You always knew the words to calm the children.
It's locked.
As for me,
Why would that woman lock the door when she's trying to get her son medical help? Well, shoot.
It's here again.
I'm just going around in a circle.
It's locked, all right.
Okay, so I'm thinking that perhaps one of those locked doors.
How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
All right. Nothing
I'll
more.
leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
All right, let me run upstairs and see if there's anything up there. I don't think there was. Can we go up this way?
It's locked.
Let's talk to Dr. Swansea and see if he's got something to say. Oh, I guess not. Is he in there alone? All right.
It's locked, all right.
Right, well, let's go into our room here. Here, and look at the people that we've met now. We're starting to put together little groups of people, and these are people that need something. The ones that have the little mark on them, like that burst of sun. And they're starting to pack up. Like this guy's got fatigue. This guy, fatigue. Okay, these are groups of people that have something in common. Missing ingredients. They need something from the pharmacy. He wants me to pick up his billfold. I don't know what the hell his thing... Oh, he wants his knife. And she wants to find out who's spying on her. All right. I guess this guy's in the middle because he's holding all these guys together because he's the head of the hospital. There's somebody we haven't met here. Huh. Interesting. Okay, so we looked at this because I can make drugs, but I don't have the fixings. Not yet. So we need to be collecting it because, look, I can make something for fatigue, but I'm missing quinine. Maybe that's what I'll find in the morgue. So we need to fix up some of that stuff. But I think that is a job for another day. And I think I'm going to end it here and we'll come back and go to the morgue.